So I get up out of my seat, stretch my legs a little bit. Where you from? And I look to my left and I see the girl just like looking at me. Yo, she look familiar. I should come around now. So
Guys, if you're a content creator, here's a piece of advice. Bring your camera out on those days where you don't really know if you feel like filming. Like this morning, I wasn't sure if I wanted to film today. I was gonna film tomorrow. But honestly, once you bring the camera out, get a couple shots in. Like once you do that, you're gonna, you feel a little bit more motivated to do it. And then it's just habitual at that point. So anyone struggling to create content or you're struggling to stay consistent, sometimes just bring the camera out with you and just let yourself like play around with it, But today is a fresh week. Today's the first run of the week. So the last video you guys saw was actually just 2 days ago. That was Sunday, the long run. Today's Tuesday. So I take Mondays off as my rest day. And then my first run today is a 9-mile easy run. This is gonna be another increase. So last week we got 49 miles total. This week we have 54 miles. I won't lie though, on Sunday's long run, my right Achilles lower calf area started to hurt, and I was feeling the pain a little bit before the run, but it wasn't that bad, maybe like a 2 or 3 level. And throughout the run towards the end, I definitely started to feel it more, and today it's a little bit sore, but it's not really there. So I'm debating I might end it early, if not, because tomorrow I have a 5-mile easy run, but instead I could just do the 9 miles tomorrow and 5 miles today. So I'm gonna see, with these easy runs, the long runs and the tempo workouts and the track workouts, those are the main focuses. But then the easy runs, like, they're important, don't get me wrong. You wanna build the mileage up. I just would prefer to be completely refreshed for the Thursday track workout and the Sunday long run. Before we start this whole video, I just wanna give one little quick piece of advice. It's July 1st right now, and yesterday I took the day off from the gym. It was my rest day, and on my rest days I like to go out for a walk, like an hour long or so. And I was just thinking about the main priorities I had for this month and what I really have going on. And if you guys have a chance, especially if you're a content creator and you're trying to balance this like job with creating content, and you're a creative trying to juggle both, really figure out your like intentions and also like a system. Because through this past month, the whole month of June, I feel like I was getting more consistent, but I was also just running all over the place. Now it just wasn't clear on what I wanted to do with this content thing. But yesterday during the walk, I was just thinking, how much do I really want to film for these vlogs, and like what content do I want to include? Because I see a lot of people doing week in the lives, and although that's what I started off with, I feel like with week in the lives you have to have a very like interesting life to have a whole week in the life. And also it's just not sustainable to record every single day of the week, versus if I did 1 or 2 days of vlogging and then edited, I can maybe even step up the content to 2 videos a week. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to tell myself that you want to be intentional with what you're doing and have systems in place. That way you're not just all over the place. And once I kind of figured that out, I feel like going to this next month, I should be super consistent on here. I should be better with short form. And I just feel like I'm a little bit more clear on my goals. That being said, I'm gonna start my warm up, get this run in. I do have to do a leg day afterwards as well, but they don't let me film in there, so I don't know if I'm gonna bring the camera in. And yeah, enjoy the rest of this video. Also, something I've been rocking a lot recently, if you guys have noticed, are these little mini headbands. I went from the junk bands, which are like really thick headbands, and then I like those, but typically they give me like a huge tan line all across my forehead. So then I switched to bandanas on like cloudier days, which I guess doesn't really fix the point, but bandanas look cool. And what happened was my forehead started to break out, and I know it is from that because I stopped using it and now my forehead's like clear again. So these are like the things I've been using. And these little headbands, I was using some from Amazon, but these are the Nike ones. I don't know, I feel like with running there's only so many fits you can put on, so you want to style it up a little bit. These are a good choice. If you guys have any other recommendations, please let me know. I'm open to any suggestions if you guys have any companies out there that you want to send over some stuff. Now I just got to figure out which one to pick from these. I think we're gonna go with this one for today.
Hey, that's a Gucci boy.
That don't kill me, can only make me stronger. I need you to hurry up now, cause I can't wait much longer. I know I got to be right now, cause I can't get much longer.
Bro, I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. The right calf area, a little bit sore when I was doing that warm up. And two, I forgot my damn headphones. Not a good start. Not a good start. But today might be a shorter run, and don't hold me to it. Let's just get this thing in and see how we feel.
Damn, they don't make them like this anymore. I ask, cause I'm not sure. Do anybody make real shit anymore?
Alright, what's good, y'all? So we just made it to mile 4, and honestly, I feel pretty good. I wasn't sure the first 2 miles with that right calf, but I'm just gonna take this workout. Like, I'm at a 9:30 pace right now, so it's super slow, but I have to remember I have a whole week of workouts still to do, so I'd rather take this one slower and then have a good week. But instead of going, I think I'm gonna go all 9 today, just because I do feel pretty good, and I don't want to get lower on miles to start off the week.
Now, cause I can't get much longer. Man, I've been waiting all night now. That's how long I've been on ya. I need you right now.
All right, y'all, so that's 9 miles total, 9:31 pace. Definitely slower than normal, but like I said, it's just smarter to take it easy with this right calf, but it held up pretty good. I feel it a little bit right now, so I'm gonna go definitely foam roll it out a little bit. Maybe use the Physio ball, myofascial release ball. But good workout, good start to the week. Now we gotta go do a leg day, which I won't be able to take you guys on since I don't have my Osmo Pocket and they don't let tripods in. So yeah, I'll see you guys afterwards. Whew.
Please don't ask again. Who's up in the van? They my only fan.
You're not recording me, are you?
No, just the lens. Good night. Yeah. Alright, so I know what you guys are about to say. I don't want to hear it. I don't have a problem, I swear. But we just picked up a new lens. This is the Sony 16mm f1.8 lens. And I'm about to geek out a little bit, so all you guys who are interested in camera gear and camera lenses, stay for this. If you're not, you can fast forward a little bit. I first came across this when, I think his name is Gakuyen. He posted a video about why 16mm f1.8 was a good lens. And then I saw a couple of different creators, like, it was one of those things where I know when Sony released it, it sent it out to a lot of different creators on YouTube. But it really got me thinking, because this is what I use right now. This is the 16-25 f2.8 G lens. And Sony has been coming out with these G lenses recently. It's kind of like a step down from the G Master, but like based on all the reviews, they work very, very well. And I've never had a prime lens other than the 50mm, which I just never use. But the prime lenses, because it's a f1.8, what this means is that it can let in more light. And again, for all my camera nerds out there, you guys already know this, but essentially the reason you see, like, the background, when this background blurs when you get up close to it, it's from the aperture. So with this, it gives you some cool looks. And the way I'm seeing it is, the lens I'm using right now is the Sigma 24-70. That's a zoom lens that will cover 24mm to 70. And then what I usually do is I bring this lens as my main vlogging one. So if I'm like out in the street, if I'm traveling, it's tiny compared to this one. But this one is supposed to be even smaller. So here, let's just open this up real quick and take a look at it. Alright, y'all ready? Yeah, bruh, it's tiny. So I'm gonna give you a reference. I'm gonna take off the ND filter on this right here. Luckily, so both of these use the same thread, so it's a 67mm thread, and what I use is a step-up ring, and this lets me attach a bigger ND filter onto it. This is a 77mm. Okay, so this is a pretty small lens, right? But then look at this. It's even tinier. So I'll take a picture after I put it on and try it out, and I'll show you exactly what the camera looks like. But look, you lose almost another ½ inch. And the way I'm saying it is, so this camera, the ZV-E1, lets you do a 1.5 zoom. So I'm gonna do it real quick. It lets you zoom in this far without any like quality that goes down. So essentially, if you use 16 and zoom in, I can get up to like 25mm. And then I'll just carry this other lens around with me. So let me do this. I'm gonna put on my old Tamron lens. I'm gonna show you all 3 lenses. Alright, we're back. So this lens is the one I'm selling. It's my old Tamron lens. So let me show you all 3 lenses I have right now. And I'm gonna be getting rid of one. But these two, like you saw before, is the 16 to 25. This is this new 16, right? Tiny. And then this is the Sigma 24 to 70. So it's much bigger. Like this was much bigger than this one, the old one. And now, bro, look at this. It's literally half the size. It's pretty much half the size. So what I'm thinking is this is pretty much gonna cover me whenever I wanna, get more cinematic shots, when I wanna get stuff up close, but also, I can just switch it out if I want to really get detailed shots, or I can bring it with me. And when I have this in my bag, at least when I carry this, it's much smaller than this. And I know it's not a big difference, but I promise you, when you're out and about shooting, it does make a pretty big difference. And I'll put both these lenses on in a minute and let you see the difference, okay? So, that's why I'm saying it is, realistically, even when I was using this, I was zooming in on here once in a while, but to 25mm, if I can just punch in with a zoom, it's gonna look pretty much the same. And I wasn't really using this to get the super up close shots since I had this. And when I'm vlogging out and about, the way I see it is nowadays, if I'm vlogging, I just want to capture the moments. I don't want to focus too much on the cinematic parts unless I'm planning to focus on that, if that makes sense. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put on the 16 to 25 f2.8 lens, and I'm gonna let you see that, and then we'll put on the new one and see the difference. Honestly, I feel like some people, especially if you're new to camera stuff, you might not even notice it, but especially if you've been doing camera and you kind of understand the bokeh and everything like that, you might appreciate it a little more. So let me put that on real quick. All right, so this is the 16 to 25 f2.8 lens. So it's obviously at the 16mm angle, and then if I put this up close, you get a little bit of blurriness here, but you don't really get that much blurriness around. So it's a nice lens. Honestly, I would keep this if this didn't come out. I wanted to try something different. I feel like not too many people have this lens yet for vlogging, and it does seem just the perfect vlogging lens. So let me now put this one on. Let me give a couple more things. I don't know how else to test it for you, but you could, so put the watch up close, slight flex, so you kind of see the blurry and how it gets a little blurry in the background. So now let's put on the other lens and see how that one looks. All right, how's that? So this needs just an ND filter if I want to use it at the f1.8, but you can already tell how it's pretty, blurry over here. And then let me put something up directly to it. Bruh, look at that. The detail on that is crazy. It's much different, right? If I come up like this, oh shit. Yeah, this is my first time using a lens with such a low aperture. So I'm excited to play around with this, and I promise you, when I'm holding this in my hand, it's so much smaller. It's crazy. It's so hard to explain it, but size matters when you're vlogging, guys. Size matters when you're vlogging. So then, like I said, this would be it punched in at that 1.5 zoom. So, you can get a little bit closer with it. And honestly, if I'm using this lens and I'm just vlogging out on the streets, there's no reason for me to get any closer than this, because then I'll just have this lens around. So yeah, if I'm doing product stuff, if I'm showing you stuff, how cool does that look? And then at nighttime, you can go even brighter with it, if that makes sense, because at nighttime, the lower the aperture, the more light you can get in with it. You know, does that make sense to you guys? Hopefully I'm even explaining it right. I'm a big nerd when it comes to all this stuff, but I'm not the biggest, like, I don't know a lot about it. I'm no tech guy or anything like that. I'm just someone who enjoys tech and vlogs and everything, honestly. So yeah, I like it, guys. I'm excited to try this out for the rest of the week. And honestly, I have a month to decide, but I'm like 95% sure I'm gonna keep this. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sell this as well. So if you guys are in the market for a new lens, and my offer up once I make it will be in the description or in my bio somewhere. But you can buy this off me, which is the 16 to 25, or you can also buy the Tamron 20 to 40. We already got rid of the 16 to 35, so you guys kind of lost out on that. But on that note, I'm done with this nerd talk. Hopefully you guys got a little something away from this, or it helps a little bit. Or maybe you guys just feel the same way. Let me know down below. What do you think? Should I keep this lens and go with the 16 and also then use this? Or do I want more of a zoom when I'm vlogging, and like a 16 to 25 would be a better option? Let me know. But yeah, one other thing, because I almost forgot, I want to show y'all this. So I don't know if you guys remember, if you guys haven't watched my vlogs for a while now, but I bought this almost a year ago, maybe even longer. The Ninja Creami. Here, I'll check right now. Bruh, I'm so mad at myself. I literally bought this July 16th, 2024. Do you see that? That means I've held on to this. This has literally sat, like, I keep packages right there at my entrance. Bruh, it's literally sat there for over almost a year. We're on July 1st right now. How wild is that? I don't know why I just haven't opened it. It's one of those things where like you almost like want to feel ready for it. I don't know. But today we're gonna set this thing up. I know you have to, with the pint of the ice cream, you have to pour the protein into it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna open this up right now and just have it out, because I've been trying to get this thing set up for such a long time, and today's finally the day. You know, we are no longer putting things off to put things off.
First, we're going to remove all these stickers.
Know that you're not for me. Sliding down Black Creek. My friends said they want me, but I don't have the energy.
Just a bowl, please, with white rice and soup. If you guys don't have a kava near you, I am so sorry, because kava is probably the best, like, clean, faster food you can get, and it is so good. I literally have it maybe 2-3 times a week. So yeah, it's fire. If you guys have a kava around you, then you guys know what I mean. But if you guys don't, I'm sorry. But guys, I'm really enjoying this lens. Right now it's like sunset time, and honestly, this, like, we're at f2.2, and I can still punch it up to like this, and it's still pretty bright. But we're on my balcony right now, and I've been just trying to enjoy this balcony as much as I can, because I only have about a month and a half left in this apartment, and I just haven't taken advantage of it. But bruh, this is like a vibe here. And let me show you guys what we got real quick. So first off, we got these pita chips. So these are the harissa flavor. They are so good. They're like a little spicy harissa, but this is what they look like. And bruh, it's like a little thicker, but so fire. And then with the bowl, I kind of always get the same thing, but it's Mediterranean food. So they always come with a side pita as well. So they come with this little piece of pita. And then with the foods, so the way it works is it's kind of like a Chipotle. It's a Mediterranean Chipotle. And you start off with the base. Usually I get something like super green, so that's what these greens are right here. these type of greens, and then I get rice, so super greens, white saffron rice, and then for the sauces I always get tzatziki, red pepper hummus, and hot harissa. Those are like the go-to three, and then I always go double chicken, and I do all the toppings. So this is kind of what it looks like. Hopefully y'all can see that, like, bruh, yeah. And I do all the toppings except for olives and feta cheese. But like, right, I'm not even gonna eat this all right now just because I'm doing work. But bro, look at this. So this is the chicken. It's got some greens, some rice. It's got pickles. And then I always get this sauce. It's called the shug. It's like an avocado sauce. And if I just put a little on there real quick. It's like an avocado, I don't even know what it is, but it's called a shug. Put a little on that chicken piece. Do one more bite. Get some tomatoes, get some onions. You literally can't go wrong with it, bro. So that's like, if I were to choose my favorite like faster food restaurant, that would be it, because it's pretty clean. It's all like healthy vegetables, and it's pretty much Chipotle but Mediterranean food. And the thing that I've been recently doing is, you know, Alex Hormozy talks about this a lot, but he always talks about how much time you save from not cooking and like investing in a meal prep company, or, you know, he talks about getting Panda, getting Chipotle, and like the return on investment on your time. I enjoy cooking, and I've always enjoyed it. I took culinary for 4 years. That's like something I really want to do. But with how busy I've been between nursing, content creation, and then this marathon prep, honestly, like my time, for me to spend an hour each night to cook is kind of tough, especially if you want to cook like 3 different meals. So I know like it's an excuse, but I'm willing to now like find the certain foods. I always rotate between Chipotle, I get Panda Express a lot, and I get Kava a lot. Like investing in a meal prep company, that's something I'm going to be doing, because especially when I move out of here, I'm moving into a different apartment, and that apartment's a little bit cheaper than this one, and I'm willing to spend that extra money to, you know, invest in a meal prep company. That way I don't have to cook as much. Just because like realistically, it's not that groceries cost that much less than if you got a meal prep company. It's just that your time, you know, you don't have to wash dishes. Like since I've been doing all this, I haven't needed to wash as many dishes. It's like those little instances, it saves you like hours along the week. So that's like one little tip for anyone who, you know, of you guys who don't really have the time, or if you're working like 2 or 3 jobs and you're trying to balance everything, consider going with a meal prep company. Or like if you're trying to hit your fitness goals and you're super busy, I tell all my clients this. I'm like, what's an extra $50 a week that instead of spending on the groceries, you spend it on meal prep, that you could save all that time, and then you can go to the gym, you can do the certain things, you can work, and you can do everything, right? And you can stay on track. I think so many people think meal prep companies are like a waste of money, even though you're spending just about the same going out to the bars every single weekend, whatever it is. But that's my kind of little thing, especially nowadays as I'm getting busier. I'm like, I kind of see why people say not cooking and not grocery shopping saves so much time. So that's the phase I'm in right now, although I do love cooking, and I think that if you can't cook, it's better, and especially it's better for you too. A different note, let me just show you the vibe that we have going on. So this balcony I've had all year and a half, since I've been here since January 2024, and you know, it's one of those things where you don't appreciate what you have until you're gonna lose it soon. And that's just how I've been recently. And like, this is what I've been doing. You know, we got a little bit of dinner out here. We got a nice glass of wine. This is some Cabernet Sauvignon. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And then I just got my laptop out here when we do a little bit of editing. And bruh, here, let me just show you guys real quick. Tell me that just doesn't look like a vibe. And then you go up and bruh, and you got the sun setting over there. Like, this is literally something that I wish I did sooner, because I only have a month and a half left here now. And like, doing this recently, I can't edit a full vlog, but like ending off the night doing a little bit of editing out here, or like last night I was just doing my content planning, so shot listing and just thinking about what I want to record. Like, this is an absolute vibe. So I'll be doing this pretty much all summer for the rest of this rent. and I'll be just back here. This is like the peace I'm enjoying, like a nice little glass of wine, some food, and just the views. And I just want to just do work, like I want to hustle, but also just have this peace, you know? So that's just where I'm at right now.
You ain't got nowhere to be. It's 'cause you should've been with me. The list of things we could've been. Guess I see you in my dreams. I fucked up over T3. Promise I won't cause a scene.